Good evening and welcome to My Psychic Connection. I am your host, Journey Ryan. Earlier today, right before I started this show, I had to deal with something along the lines of suicide. One of the people that I know came to me about suicide. Suicide is a serious thing. If you or anybody else, hang on, guys. Somebody's decided they're going to try to talk to me. Shut up. All right. Anyways, if you feel that you're alone in the world, you feel that you can't take it, or something's going on, or you're being caused this pain due to your own way of thinking, that someone may have it better than you, or somebody may have this, they got all the money in the world, why does that matter? Do you think it's easy? Do you honestly believe it's 100% easy to be that person that is in the spotlight? Do you think it's easy to be a Kardashian? Do you believe it's easy to be Taylor Swift? Do you believe it's easy to be Tim McGraw? Do you think it's easy to be any of these people that are in the spotlight? Do you believe that? You have to think of the criticism that comes their way every day from so many different avenues. People, they work their butt off just like you do. They just have a different lifestyle than you do because of where they're at in their life. But it doesn't make it any easier. So you need to think at things and look at things differently when you get into those types of mindsets. When it comes to suicide and things that, this is something I've dealt with a lot when it comes to people. They come to me because I'm the hard ass. I'm the one that's going to tell you to snap the fuck out of it. And if you think that that is your way out, you're wrong. Guess what? Everybody's like, oh, well, you'll just go to hell. You know what your hell's going to be? You're going to get slammed in the next body coming out of the next person so you can relive this entire life all over again. Guess what? There's your hell. You're going to have to start from scratch and do it all over again. That coming from the psychic side of things, of the way I've seen it happen. Now, I'm not saying that hell doesn't exist, because it sure damn does. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the answer. There's a suicide hotline that you can call. If you can't talk to a friend, especially a hard ass like me, Journey Ryan, then call that number. I'm going to have Tony look up the suicide hotline number right now as we speak. Tony, can you look that number up for me and please place it on the screen for everyone to see? If you can't get a hold of me, if you can't get a hold of Faith, Nikki, or any of the psychics on the website, call that number. If you can't get a hold of your friend, and the reason you don't want to call that hard-ass friend like me is because you don't want to hear those truths that friend's going to spit at you. That's why they do call me, because I want to know, am I just being an ass? Am I just feeling sorry for myself? Well, we all feel sorry for ourselves at some point in our lives. We all go through something that we feel this we just can't come back from. But the reality is, if you can't start with you, and you can't start with forgiving yourself, how do you expect anybody else to forgive you? Don't wait for their forgiveness first. Get the forgiveness from yourself. In time, when that person is ready to forgive you, they will in their own way. But you cannot force a forgiveness from somebody. I'm sorry I have to start the show off on that note. But there was a lot of things that came through. You have to listen to the reason. You have to think about what's going on, and you cannot feel sorry for yourself. You need to forgive you. For the rest of forgiveness will come later. But you know what? If you're forgiving yourself and you're letting go of that pain, that guilt, whatever it is that you're feeling, you know, everybody's like, oh, I'm just going to end it and blah, 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 and I'm going to take myself out. Do you think for 1 second that you truly are that alone in your life, that you're not going to hurt anybody else? Anybody else? Just don't keep up the shenanigans. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Pull yourself together. Move yourself forward. There are people that love you. You think if you hurt yourself, you're not going to hurt those people that love you? Whether you think they love you or not, because you're feeling down, you're wrong. You're going to hurt your friends. You're going to hurt pals that you haven't seen in a long time. You're going to hurt your mother, your father, and your entire family. And if that isn't selfish, I don't know what is. You're loved by more people than you're allowing yourself to know. And the reason you're pulling yourself back is because you don't want to hear what they have to say. It's time to grow up. And sometimes growing up is hard. I've been through a lot of hard things in my life, but I pulled myself together. I have to. How am I going to spread love, light, and be happy, make, jokes with Faith, picking on each other? I call her my blister, I'm her pain in the ass. How are we supposed to do that? If I'm not here, if I'm feeling sorry for myself and want to take myself out, that sounds like, to me, I can't even imagine wanting to do that. Now, I'm not going to say at one point in my life, in my early 20s, that I wanted to just not be here. That my orientation was not what everybody accepted. And that I was raised that no one would love you and for that. You know what I mean? I grew up in a time of that. Not saying my parents were like that, because my parents were awesome. But growing up in a day and an age where people, and we still see that pain today. But you know what? We get past it. We grow. We develop. And we're able to help those that need that help, that need that support. If you need a friend that's going to kick you in the ass when you're down to get you off that damn ground, call us. We're here for you. I'm here for you. I'll tell you what you really need to hear, whether you like it or not, because you need to hear it. It's hard to hear the things you don't want to hear, but it's amazing to hear those things from the one person that's going to tell it to you anyway, whether you like it or not. And you can say no, you can deny it, you can make the energy however you want it. But don't lie to the psychic, because they'll know. And they'll walk away from it. If that's the way you want to twist it, I know the truth. I don't need to tell you any other way. I saw what I saw. I know what I know. And I'm not going to take your word for it. Plain and simple. All right, guys. I know this was not the message we should start off with, but I figured it was very important in order to get it out there. So, with no further ado, I'm going to bring out one of my blister pain in the asses, Gifts of Faith.
Hey, everybody. Hey, Journey's mom. Hey to my sister, Christina. And hey to all of you watching. I just know that Journey's mom is watching, and I know my sister is too. So
It's awesome. Very awesome. Well, I hope everybody is ready to get readings after everything that's been going on and everything that I was talking about. It's time to dust yourselves off, guys. Just like the phoenix, we can rise from the ashes. And just like Journey said, he'll kick you right in the ass and help you fly. But you gotta be willing.
he'll more or less push you Where if you don't know how to swim, he would probably dunk it in the water and drop you in.
You'll learn real fast.
He
All right.
acts like that to me, so don't feel bad, you guys.
It's not special.
Everybody.
Exactly. You know, and that I would respect that from if I were feeling that way. I would respect you for telling me, stop. You know, make me realize what's important here.
But you know, that's the thing, and I just want to say this, and then I know we're going to start the readings. But if you think that you're the only person who's ever felt that way, you're not. You're not. I felt that way before. I felt that way about a year and a half ago. I was in a really, really super dark place. But here's what I can tell you. Whatever your circumstances, whatever it is, the one constant in this world is that everything is always changing. So that circumstance is not going to stay the same. You might be stuck in it and you might feel lonely and you might feel at your lowest of low, like nobody's there, no friend can understand, Journey can't understand, I can't understand. And maybe we can't because we're not in your inner core being. But what I can tell you is that it does get better. You eventually will feel better. Everybody has felt that way at some time. But to do that is a coward's way out because it's not going to solve the problem. It's just going to cause more problems for the loved ones that you left here. And you don't know how you affect somebody. Me and Journey don't know how we affect each and every one of you that might watch us, that maybe doesn't get a reading from us. But each one of us impacts everybody, but every little thing we do. You can see somebody on the street and just smile at them. And you don't know they might have been down, and that you smiling at them and saying, hello, have a good day can have an impact. Because that's what we're all here to do is learn and teach one another. And what I can tell you is if you're feeling that empty, you need to reach out and you need to pray and you need to know you're not alone. You can't feel God, that's okay. Because God's still there, just like the wind. The wind is still there, it just doesn't always move. That's when God is closest to us. You're not alone. Just know that. You're not alone.
All right. Well, thank you, Faith. All right, guys, I know that was not the intro that we were expecting, but don't worry. If you don't get a read tonight, you can always find us tomorrow night when we do our 2-hour show, so get ready for that. But we are going to get to some readings now. Guys, let's shake that off. Let's make sure that everyone understands we're not alone in this world. No matter how lonely we think we are, we're truly not alone. Especially if Journey's in your life, because he will slap the dog shit out of you and make you
Y'all,
wake up.
listen, Journey's a pain in the ass. Y'all just don't know. Y'all get his representative. Y'all don't know what he's like when he's not on air or not on the call.
Hey, you know what? I do what I can for those who deserve it, and I do what I can for those who need it.
Well, I didn't say that. I just said you were a pain in the ass. And just so you guys know, you see I don't have glasses on today, right? Well, Faith is a dodo brain because Faith was wiping her glasses with her little alcohol wipe, and the lens popped out. It's too dark in my house. I can't find the lens. I'm probably going to have to super glue it anyway. So I'm really blind right now, y'all. So I won't even be trying to attempt to read the questions like I usually do.
All right. Well, we got some people waiting in line, Faith. So let's go ahead and jump to these readings, guys. We've got about 15 minutes for you guys to jump the list. So let's go ahead and take Baydre. Baydre, you are first on the list. You are the first jump. So let's go ahead and take that. And then I need Linda Duncan to get her question ready because you will be next on the list. So get your question ready, but do not post it just yet. Baydre, go ahead and post your question. Guys, remember, if you're going to ask a mediumship question, you must jump. Other than that, just ask your regular question. General reads and medical are out. So unless you are jumping the list, that's when you can get your mediumship. Other than that, we are just answering regular questions. Linda says, no reading, I'm just watching, my dear friend. All right. So, Baydre, where you at, girl? I seen there we are. Baydre says, hi, guys. Wanted to ask, I have a healer who is offering services. They are costly. Do you see it beneficially that I take her service? Will it work? I'm not sure the service that they're trying to provide for you. So, with that being said, I can't be clear as to what's about to come because I'm not seeing what they're doing. And that usually indicates that they are saying they're doing something, but it's not happening. So I'm going to say no. They're costly, but I don't feel that the what they're doing right now is going to benefit you. As a matter of fact, you're going to feel yourself to be more disappointed. I feel as though what I'm being told for you is to continue to keep looking. So if you continue to keep looking, I feel like you're going to find yourself in a place that will bring you to the right person, not overly expensive, but reasonably cost. And that person, I feel, is a female, but it is not the current one that you're looking at. So my suggestion is stay on your search. I find that you will find what you're looking for. Are you looking for a Reiki practitioner or something to that nature? It would be healing patterns, trauma, and things like that. Yeah. I didn't get that was something that was going to, whatever they're doing, I don't feel that it would work. I mean, bless their heart for trying, but I don't feel that they're experienced or trained properly for that because I don't see it at all coming, it's just not sticking with me on that one, Baydre. But I'm going to pass it over to Faith. I'm going to see what she gets with it because clearly not seeing that's what's going to happen.
Okay. Hi, Baydre. Okay, so I do feel like this person might try, but what I'm seeing is like if they're doing because I feel they're doing energy work on you. I don't know if that's part of what you're paying them for, but I do see that, and I keep seeing that they're doing something and it like stops, like it doesn't go all the way through or something. So I agree with Journey. Now, if you're wanting like energy healing due to trauma and that kind of thing, I do know someone who does that, but she's not on our site, so I would have to ask for permission to give you that information on both ends. But I do feel like, Journey, that you will find somebody probably within a month. And I feel like I don't know where you're looking. Are you looking online? Because I feel like the person you would find would be possibly in California, but you would find them online. So that's where I would look if I were you. But I just like Journey, I don't think this person is doing what they're telling you they can do, or I don't think if they did it that it would go all the way through. Okay, so just know that. But that's pretty much what I'm getting with that, Baydre.
If you continue to keep searching for what you're looking for, when it comes to that, I really feel like you need multiple sessions of different things.
Yeah.
So, it's not. I don't feel like it's going to be one like only Reiki work will do because I don't feel like that's the case.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to be a one and done session no matter what kind of sessions you get. You're going to have to. That's the thing people don't realize with energy healings, because I've done them and I'm sure Journey's done them too. You know, you have to do more than one. People think you do one and then you're all better, and then yeah, you do feel better for a little while, but you have to come back sometimes several times, maybe a couple times a year even, consistently, because it's not just going to go away. Just
Absolutely.
like when people say, oh, I'm going to cut these cords for you and they're going to be cut. No,
Oh, they don't work.
let me cut it. It's gone. I hate when people say, they cut the cords, but I'm still feeling drawn to this person. I'm like, no, that's because it wasn't cut. Like, it's not like that instantaneous.
It's not fabric. It's not a string. You're not going, okay, guys, I'm going to cut the cord. Done. No, that comes with work. Cutting
it
the
takes
cord.
a lot. And sometimes with these people, you have karmic ties.
Exactly.
Of things that you didn't work out, and that's why it's not been cut. And sometimes, even when you try to get us to cut it, we can't, because you have those karmic ties that you have to work out, where you have to cut it yourself by fixing what you did karmically or what they did karmically. And that's what a lot of people don't realize sometimes. And sometimes it's from a past life.
Yeah. You know, sometimes you also are your own reason for the reason that cord didn't cut. So you cut this cord, but at the same time that cord's getting cut, you're like throwing a lasso up and throwing another cord onto it because you're not letting go of the things that you are wanting to let go of. You're still holding on to it. That's why I always say it comes with time. It comes with time. Daydre, sweetheart, keep looking. Let me know what it is that you're exactly looking for, so maybe I can help you. I know tons of practitioners all around the world, and definitely know some in California. So
I keep feeling like she would find someone in California because I keep seeing it.
She says, I wish this was easy. I know I need the healing, but where to find it is so difficult. Guys, I'm 50K in and no healing. Exactly. This is what I'm saying, is like, I don't want you to go with this person because I didn't see you were getting any satisfaction. Honey, you and I need to talk on a different level.
And I'm going to tell you, because I know a practitioner too, it shouldn't be that much money. I'm sorry. No way.
No
way.
Mm-mm. We love you, Baydre. Hang in there, girl. Keep looking. Keep seeing if like I said, send me a little message on Facebook or something, and I'll see what I can do for you, because I don't know exactly what it is that you're looking for, because I'm seeing multiple things that you've been told, and I kind of feel like you've been led in the wrong direction.
I agree, psychically.
Yeah.
And let me just say, that's too much money.
Yeah.
Way too much for that kind of work.
She said, love you guys. Thanks. I will reach out. Thank you, honey. Please do, because I want to see you get what you're looking for versus trying to play games with those who maybe just be playing with your emotions or anything to that nature. As you clearly can tell, Faith and I are very determined to make sure you guys get what
I was like, what the heck?
We are in it to win it, y'all. We want y'all to get what you need. All right.
That's why we're here.
All right, well, let's keep on going. I'm going to take, I know that Linda just said that she was not, she's just here for the party. So we're going to go ahead and take Leanna M, because Blanca D had donated a jump, and it went to Leanna. So Leanna M, go ahead and throw us your question, as now you are next on the list. And Ann McDowell, or Dowell, I hope I said that right. Ann M, get your question ready. You'll be right after Leanna. Yeah, she says, oh, that's so sweet of Blanca. It is. It's amazing. Thanks, Blanca.
And Blanca did tell me tonight, when I talked to her earlier, she goes, I said, I'll see you on the show tonight. She says, no, I think I'm going to give other people opportunities. And I said, I'll still see you on the show.
Exactly. Right. Just wondering if my home situation is going to work out. All right. So when it comes to your home situation and looking at the situation, I do feel as though that things are going to work themselves out, whether you see them the way they are today or whether they be different for you. And the threat of losing my house. Okay. Yeah. I do see helping hands. I do feel like things will come together. I do feel that it will come together. But the thing about it is that, coming to the realization you're losing your home. And this was something that's standing out for me. You're losing your home, not because you can't afford your home, but because you let somebody take control of you. They've controlled your friends. They've controlled family and how they are communicating with you. They've pushed away family friends. They've pushed away family. You're finding yourself reflecting on the things that need to be reflected upon. This is a hard road to go down, and it's a very hard lesson. Yep, I figured. Not saying that you don't take in responsibility for some of this, because it's because you allowed it that it's gone this far. Am I making the right choice? If you're walking away, yes. If you go back, no. Going back will only set you back further. And if you think you're in a spot right now, it's going to get worse. I see verbal, mental, and even physical abuse. The abuse gets worse later down the road. It's not going to get better. Saving your home is the most important thing for you right now, and I do believe that it is going to come to you having a home and saving your home. I see the help. I see the help. I want you to know that you will make the right choice, and you'll let bygones be bygones. Let the past be the past. Don't look for explanations. Close the door without closure. Because your closure, that door's already being closed on you. But it's okay because they got a place to live. They're safe. But you don't. You got time, and it's ticking. And it's saying, get out. And you have no clue where you're going if this happens. This is the hard look that you need right now. That says, I need to get shit done. I need to do for me. When I get myself straightened out, when I get myself back together, when I do the things that I need to do, then I'm going to find myself in a better, stronger place. And I'm going to be able to help those who find themselves in the situation I just found myself in. This will be years down the road, and you're able to tell them, hey, you know what? I was there. I was in your position. I can help you. But you've got to want the help. You've got to want to hear what's happening. This is, again, talking about Journey, the hard ass that's going to tell you, hey, wake the hell up. How much more abuse are you going to take before it's not okay? And why do you think that it should be somebody else's responsibility for you to take abuse when they're the ones that told you to leave him in the first place? I know that's a hard thing to hear, but you better stand strong and get on your feet. This is Journey kicking you right in the ass. It says, hey, stay down this path. I hope you like tents because you're going to be living in one. Or I'm going to take responsibility for my life. I'm going to take responsibility of my actions. I have to stand my ground no matter how much this hurts me right now. Yeah, I may love this person, but what do you love more? Do you love the headaches? Do you love the pain? Or do you love the fact that you're not going to have your own place? While he gets to lay his head down at night, knowing he's got a place to live every single night, that you're coming up and learning that, oh, wait a minute. Am I going to have a roof over my head tomorrow? What about the next day? Where's my next meal coming from? Am I going to be able to finish school? How can I finish school if I don't have electricity or a place to live? Make the choices, honey. Make them now. I'm going to tell you, it's a hard road, but you can get through it. And like I said, Faith, myself, and all the other psychics on the website here are more than happy to help. I'm going to pass this over to Faith. She'll give you some more tough love.
Yeah, sure am, Journey. I'm about to do it right now. Listen to me, honey. You know how Journey said you're going to be able to tell somebody you've been there? I have been there. Journey can attest to it because he knew me when it was going on.
Yep.
And I was with the person for a long time. Loved the person very much. Still love them.
They were planning on proposing. Are you going to live under your ring?
It doesn't matter what they were planning. Yeah, they're planning on proposing because they wanted to keep you under that control, because if they're insecurities, they can control you. That's an adrenaline rush and like an ego boost for them. Listen to me. I owned my own home. The person lived with me. I knew them since we were children. Okay? I was with them for many, many years. Loved them very much. But they had an alcohol problem. And they were very abusive. Not all the time, but they were abusive. And after a while, you start to normalize. You start to think it's normal because it becomes your normal. It doesn't mean you deserve it, and it doesn't mean it's love. But you know what I had to do to not be around it anymore? I left my home. I lost a dog. I had to move out of state. Now, I'm not with that person anymore. They're different because of their life circumstances. I'm not with them anymore. I still care for them. I know how they are, but I'm not around them consistently. And I left because I couldn't take it anymore. Because nobody deserves to be hit on or abused emotionally or physically or any way. Nobody deserves that from anyone. That's not what we're here for on this earth. We're here to lift one another up. And if you think that's love, it's not. You don't deserve that. That's not the love and the plan that God would have for you. Now, here's what I can tell you psychically. I feel like your life will start to get better within 3 months. Within 6 months, I do feel like you're going to be moved. I do feel like you will leave that situation, but you're going to teeter-totter because he's going to get better and he's going to make you promises and stuff. And I'm not saying he's a bad person. I don't think he is. I don't even think he really mentally understands the impact of his behavior. But that doesn't excuse it. It doesn't mean you deserve it. Walk away and realize that you're strong enough to do it. So what? You lose things. So what? You don't get married. Do you really want to marry somebody that doesn't really love you? Because if they loved you, they wouldn't treat you like that. And I'm speaking from experience.
And Journey yelled at her too.
He did. He did. He did. And let me tell you, I lost everything. Journey can attest to it. I lost my home, one of my dogs. I left the state. And this is somebody I'd known since I was a kid. I still know the person, but I'm not with them anymore. And it was hard because It doesn't take away the love you have for them.
Doesn't.
But the love you have for them isn't enough to help you when they're being abusive. And the thing is, they may not mean it. Maybe they're suffering from substance abuse or mental illness, but that's still not an excuse. It's not an excuse. It's not something you deserve. Know that your worth is more than that. If you have to use a few material things to gain your peace and gain your sanity, those material things will be given back to you. You know, my mom always says, and I don't agree with everything that my mother says, but there are a few things that she says that even when she says it, I'm like, okay, whatever, Mom. But my mom has this saying, and I believe that it's true. When, you lose something, or you're like, I can't lose this because then what will I have? She always says, but Faith, God has something better. Something better will come. It just doesn't seem like it right now. And you know what? I don't live in the fanciest of places. I don't have every single thing that I want, but I have a roof over my head. God has provided. I have 2 dogs that are painting my bazooka. I have a wonderful job where I get to help all of you, and I'm around Journey, and I have 1 or 2 friends. And you know what? I have people in my life that love me. So you can have that too. You just got to see your self-worth. And I'm sorry I'm getting emotional, but I've been there, and I don't want to see anybody go through that because it's hard, and you lose your sense of self, and nobody deserves that, and you can do it. And if you don't think you can, call me because I'll give you another pep talk.
It's hard to deal with, and there seems to be this underlining, part of you that's like, well, maybe they'll change.
Well,
Or
you
maybe
think
they won't, or it'll
you
get
think
more
that
damage.
your love is enough because for a while they'll be good and they'll do good, and then it just keeps getting worse and worse. I could tell you guys things that happened to me, and there's a lot of things about me and Journey personally that you guys don't know, but one of the things with me is I have physical conditions, and I was going through that and having my physical conditions and limitations because of them, and I still went through it because I loved the person. And I thought, oh, they don't really mean it. They have substance issues. They have alcoholism. That's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. If you love someone, you won't hit them. That's not love. You won't be mean to them and belittle them. That's not love. When you love someone, you lift them up and you encourage them. Doesn't mean somebody don't get on your nerves and you don't say, hey, you're being a pain in the ass today, or you drink all the milk, or son of a bitch, what do you do with my stuff? But you don't tell somebody that they're worthless. You don't tell somebody that they're fat. You don't tell somebody that they're ugly, or that if they did something better that you would love them more. You don't take and smash somebody's head up against the wall. You don't hit somebody with your fist. That's not love.
No.
And you really have to look at yourself and say to yourself, why do I deserve this?
You
Why
don't.
do I think that I deserve this?
You don't.
Because you wouldn't would that be how you would express love to someone? No, it wouldn't. So if you know that you wouldn't show somebody love like that, what makes you think that you deserve to be shown love like that? That's not love. That's control. That's insecurity from an asshole that says, I'm going to show this person that I'm in control. If they love me so much, they're going to put up with it.
No. I'll tell you to eat rocks and then jump off a bridge, and I can't wait to see you hit the bottom and stay there. Kick
Journey,
off,
you just,
come
Journey,
back
you punch him in the throat.
I don't care. You don't talk to me. You don't talk to my friends, and you certainly need to be. You need to see your self-worth. That's all this is right now, and this is a theme of the night. And it happened even before I came into this show tonight. Know your self-worth, because you're worth so much more than you give yourself credit for. It's amazing how the world can see what you're worth from your true friends and your true family. It's amazing how they can see it, but yet you say no because you can't take a compliment. You ever notice that? Everyone can't take compliments. You should take them because they're worth something. And that's what people see of you. Keep them in your pocket. Save them for a rainy day. When you feel like shit, pull one out, eat one. Be like, all right, you know what? I'm good at this. I'm good at that. Someone told me I had a nice ass. Someone told me I had beautiful eyes. Someone told me I had a great personality. Because you do. Also remember this. When one person tells you that no one else is going to love you, I'm going to tell you this right fucking now. You are someone's type. You are someone's type. It may not be that.
I mean, that is the truth. That
You
is the truth, because
type.
I've had people tell me that. And I was like, okay. And it made me feel really bad. But I've had people in my life that have really loved me too, just for who I am. And you guys have no idea, like, I have all kinds of things medically wrong with me. And they haven't cared because they love me for me as a person. I've had that.
See your
And
limitations. You know that. I'll
you
take
don't,
it.
but you just like that I'm a pain in your ass and you're not around me physically. If you had to help me,
Honey, I have been there with you, and I still don't care. I still don't care. But guys, we're going to take a quick break. And then when we get back from the break, we're going to take Ann Starr will be next, and then Belanca D. So, guys, get those questions ready. We'll be right back after these messages. All right, we are back. Caught you off guard there, huh, Faith?
Yeah. I was eating my snack, you guys. I'm on a diet, so I'm eating turkey beef jerky. I guess they're turkey jerky.
All right. Well, Anna's with us right now, so let's go ahead and take Ann's question. Belanca D, you will be right after Ann. All right. So Ann says, my guy has distance from me. Will we be okay? I'm not sure he wants to be with me or loves me. Do we have a future together in a committed relationship, or is he with his girl he says he wasn't? Okay. So this trickles down straight to there is trust issues. This isn't just him like distancing himself. This is trending from conversations that you guys are having that aren't healthy. And there's this energy that you have surrounding him right now that is making you feel like you can't get past it. And in order for this relationship to even go into that deeper realm of love and that feeling, you're gonna have to let some of this stuff be forgiven. Because if you can't forgive, and I know that you want him to be held accountable for the things and his actions, but there are some things that they will avoid until the day they die. They just don't want to admit to those things because the guilt is too much for them. They do feel guilty. I do see that. But you also need not to question the integrity all the time. If there's a question on the integrity of the relationship constant, it's going to affect the relationship. Says, I haven't mentioned anything about this girl. You have, though. It's not been recent, but you have. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about the girl that's keeping this relationship with distance. Because I'm seeing conversations that are leading to argument or leading to not such a happy conversation, or it feels like questioning. And that's what I'm picking up. Now, I don't feel that the relationship is, damaged to, completion, and that you're not going to be able to find, what you're looking for here, or that you're not going to find this relationship coming together. But I do want you to forgive the situation as much as possible. She says, that's because he isn't making time for me. And that's not because he doesn't want to make time for you. That's because I see him busy with work. I see him focused. He's got to focus right now. And I feel as though because of that focus and because he has to dedicate that time to these situations, that you feel as though he's not making the time for you. It's not that. He does need to get some of this stuff done. Now, sometimes, yes, I can understand when he does feel exhausted after doing a lot of things that he wants some him time. And I get that too. Trust me, if anyone's busy, my answer is about being busy. But the thing is, you need to take that time. Don't hold that against him. I know you want to spend as much time with him as possible. I get that. And because of that, it can make it feel like other things, or that he's distancing himself because, he may not love me anymore. There's love there, honey. That's not gone away. But his focus is not on the relationship 100% right now. That doesn't mean he doesn't love you any less. It just means that he needs to take care of things. And then he looks like he's been doing this for quite a while. He's been doing this for quite a while. And that's what I pick up. Now, I do feel like you're going to get what you want as the end result, but don't take this personally. It's not personal. He does love you. I do see a relationship, and I feel like you guys are going to continue. As for the distance, I still kind of feel it. It's not as strong as it could be, but I do feel like he will make more time for you in these upcoming months, especially when we go into September and October, November. I mean, as we get from September to the end of the year, more time is given to you. So I do feel like what you're feeling right now will change. She says, I have seen him 2 times in 4 months. I mean, it's not the only reason. I do feel like you guys are having these small arguments is what I'm seeing here. When will he commit? Honey, I honestly feel like he thinks he's in a relationship with you, which automatically shows that's a commitment. So I don't feel it's not when he commits. That's the actual question here. It's when he spends more time with you. And you'll see that closeness and more time with each other happening as we get into September. I'm going to pass this over to Faith and see what she's got for you. Faith?
And long time no read. So I agree with 100% with everything Journey just said. Now here's what I'm going to tell you. Just because his behavior isn't what you want it to be, doesn't mean for him that it's not a commitment. You have to stop and I'm going to jump on you a little bit here, but I don't mean it in a mean way. You have to stop, like, trying to twist it how you want it to be.
Will we move in together?
Not right now. No. No. Because you have to, I know that this is not how you want it right now. I know what you want. You want him around you all the time. You want it to be romantic. You want to know you're his one and only. But you constantly, if he doesn't even call you, because I keep seeing this, if he doesn't call you or doesn't respond to your calls or doesn't respond to your texts or doesn't do something the way you want it or as fast as you want it, you get angry at him and then you think that the two of you are not together. Then you say things and you leave messages on the machine or on his voicemail, and that makes him even more distant and makes you get even more frazzled. You have to stop doing that. Do I ultimately feel that you guys will be together and have something like you want it? Just like Journey said, yes. But you have to pull away and you have to trust that your relationship is more solid.
Will we eventually move into? Will we move in together eventually?
Yes, and I think Journey would agree with that also.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to be honest with you, I don't see it this year.
No, they got to work through these next few months of closeness.
Yeah, you have to, and I don't mean it mean, but I don't know any other way to word it. You have to stop being like this, where every time he doesn't respond to you or act a certain way, where you get all tense like you're not together, because it's not that. He's working, and you're insecure. You're insecure about if he's with somebody else. He's not, honey. Okay, and I understand, but he's not.
They're seeing each other 4 years. That doesn't
I know
change.
that, but I mean, and I'm gonna be real with you. I've dated somebody for 10 and didn't live with them. But you have to be more. If you want him in your life, you have to stop doing these nitpicky things. And I know to you, it's just validating that you're secure in the relationship, but you are, because he's not going anywhere. Just because he's not reacting the way that you want him to doesn't mean he's not in this with you. He loves you very, very much. You need to take a step back and see that, honey. You guys can have good things and you're going to, but you need to relax because all you're doing is sending that tense energy. That's all you're doing. And I know the end result is you want to be with him. And you will be. But you've got to trust in that and trust that he has been around for 4 years. The fact that he has been around for 4 years should show you that's a commitment. Maybe he's not coming around as much as you want. Maybe he's not living with you. But when you get in these little moods where you're confronting him on things and being upset, he still stays. He stays because he loves you.
She says, will we see each other anytime soon? Like, will he stay over?
You ask that every time. And then every time your Journey tells you, you're like, well, he hasn't stayed over lately. But I do feel like you will see him. Okay. I want to say within a week and a half, maybe a little bit longer than that, but that's what I'm being shown. As far as if he stays, that's up to you, because I keep saying that you guys might get in an argument. If you really want to spend time with him, Anne, you have to let him feel relaxed. Let him feel like your house, your home is safe. Like he's not going to constantly be confronted on this stuff all of a sudden when you haven't seen him for a long time. Just enjoy being in his presence. Don't bring up all this stuff because it's going to be too hard and too thick. You can have what you're wanting with him, Anne. It just takes time and you have to be patient. And if you love him, you have to forgive and let some of these things that you're worried about go for right now. Because I don't even see half of the things you're worried about. Nothing's even going on. And you need to relax yourself because it's going to be okay.
All right. Thank you, Ann. I hope that helps. We appreciate your question tonight. All right. I need Belanca D. Belanca D, come on down. You are the next person on our list. All right, guys, remember, this is our last question of the night. We will be back tomorrow with a 2-hour show. Let's bring some love, light, happiness, and joy. Get those questions ready. I can't wait to talk to each and every one of you. Blanca D, you are up. And Blanca says, heading to a theme park this weekend for the kids. Please tell me there won't be no problems. I guess I hope I won't run it with my loose comments that come out of my mouth. I'm going with my husband's family. I'm doing it for the kids also in remembrance of my husband. Okay. Here we go. Blanca. I get that you're doing things for the kids, but taking the family is don't get me wrong. This is really sweet. This is really sweet. But to this extreme, what are we doing here? You knew taking them to this type of place was going to cause friction because you know they're going to say things that piss you off. And it's not so much your loose comments that are going to make things the difficult part. It's the fact that you feel that you need to make these comments, and due to the fact that when someone says something slick, smart to you, you feel the need to be defensive. They have not, how do I put this, other than, it's just going to sound like an asshole, and I'm just going to be an asshole. They're not nice. They're not nice. I know you say you're doing it for the kids, but they're not nice. Take them to something else. But unfortunately, you've already got their hopes up for this. And I think it's nice that you're doing this. I do. If you don't want your comments to be something that you think is going to ruin the day, keep them to yourself. You're putting extra stress on yourself that you don't need right now. So keep your comments to yourself if you feel that that's going to be the case. I want you to know that I know where your heart is and it's in the right place, and I know that you're wanting to make, happy things come through. Your husband said, what is she doing? You know what she's doing. That's your wife. She said, oh no, it was planned ahead of time. I tried to cancel, but my kids really want them there. Oh no. Your kids, I understand, want them to be there, and I get that. Said, oh man, I felt it. That's why I asked. Yeah. She goes, okay, I'm biting my tongue, laugh out loud. Now, honestly, this should be the last extravagant thing that you need to be doing for this situation right now. You are not quite ready for this much interaction with them. And I get the kids, and I think it's wonderful, and I think it's great. You're a sweetheart. I know your heart's in the right place. But if you don't want that extra stress, you don't want the extra pressure, you don't want all that, then you need to realize that you're going to have to bite your tongue, and it's going to hurt. But you can come to us, Faith and I, or somebody else. We'll be here for you. But you're going to need to depressurize like one of those pressure pots, pressure cookers, because you're going to be ready to explode because of the negative comments that they make. And it's going to make you feel what you're doing. It's going to feel like it's being belittled. Know what you've done is something that's coming from the heart. And as much as the kids want things to happen, sometimes you have to tell children, you know, I'm taking you guys there because I want you guys to have fun. Bring a cousin, do something like that. But the whole damn family doesn't need to go. Especially with the way you know they're going to treat the situation. Nothing's going to be enough. No one's going to bring money. And that's what you need to remind them. Hey, if you're going to come, bring a little bit of cash. You're going to want a drink. You're going to want some food. This bill is not yours to bear. And you know I'm being honest about that. I get where your heart is. We love you for it. I think it's sweet. But if you want to keep the calm, don't say anything. Let it just be water down the duck's back, water under the bridge. But don't forget when you cross that damn bridge, blow that son of a bitch up so don't cross it again. Just know that we're here for you. We'll talk with you. We'll get you through it. And I'm going to pass this over to Faith because I know she's got words for you. Faith?
Blanca, I love you, first of all.
Yes, I'll see you Monday.
And everybody watching this, I just want everybody else to know before I say what I'm going to say. To Blanca, I do love Blanca. She's one of my favorite people. But we talked about this earlier today. And you had already made up your mind that you didn't want to take the kids. You didn't feel like it. You were hoping and praying it was going to rain. Your brother-in-law told you it might rain. Here's what I would tell them. You want to go to the theme park? Perfect. Pay for your own shit. Because if you get up to the door and I got to pay for your stuff, you're going out because I ain't bringing enough money for you. You're a grown adult. And that's how I would leave it. You're not Miss Moneybags. That's exactly how I would leave it. And if they get an attitude, say, yeah, show your ass in front of your niece and your nephews. Go ahead. And your kids too. That's what I would do as an adult. But I know that you came on here because you wanted mine and Journey's permission not to have to go to the theme park. Here's what I will tell you, which is slightly different from Journey. You still have to go to the theme park. You still have to take your kids. Just don't pay for your in-laws and take the kids another damn day because we both know you really didn't want to go to the theme park this weekend.
He said, I also got into an argument with a trucker dumb. I know, but I felt good. Need anger management.
You know what you do? This is what I do, or I used to do for anger management, Blanca. You get a game system, you get Mortal Kombat, you play Mortal Kombat, and you pretend the person that you're mad at is the person you're beating up on Mortal Kombat. Trust me, it works.
Blanca. We're going to do a deep little meditation. It's a short meditation. It's going to work out just great. Deep breath.
I know what you're doing.
And you're going to exhale. And you're going to say, fuck it. Works every time. Works every time. Works every time.
Or is one of my fans.
She goes, I don't want to pinch on my spine, Faith. She goes, I also got into it. Oh, she already said that one. Okay, sorry.
Well, you know, he doesn't want you to have chaos either. You know, you think that your husband wants you to have chaos? He doesn't. So what you do, you call everybody before you go to the theme park and you say, all right, adult peoples, we're going to
doing it too.
You say, all right, adult peoples, we're going to the theme park for the children. But as an adult, you're paying for your go-kart rides, your video game rides, your laser tag, whatever it is you guys are going to do. You're paying for it. Not me. And if you can't pay for it, when you get up to the counter, you can go, because I'm not bringing the money. And when you start to feel guilty that they didn't bring the money, remember what I said to you. You are not money bags. No, Blanca, no.
Where your heart's at. We know where
Yeah.
your heart's at. And we get it. But this seems to be a repeating theme. Blanca pays for this. Blanca pays for that. Blanca. It's making you feel a little bit used.
Well, it is being used, and it's
Oh,
wrong.
yeah, absolutely.
It's wrong.
Kate said about the meditation. She says, I was getting my candle ready to do my breathe work, but damn, that works even better.
I'll tell you one
Chelsea
that
agreed.
one of my family members, when they're mad, and this is an older family member of mine, they go, well,
yes, it is. I feel it.
You'll be all right. You'll be
Yeah.
all right, Blanca, but I still see you going this weekend.
Yep.
I'm not to go with them. Tell them you're sick and go the next day. That's what you do. Tell them you're sick and go the next day, Blanca, with the kids.
She says, I know Journey got me off guard.
He does that to me all the time. Y'all don't even know. And I'll be like, Journey, did you really just say that? And he'll be like, what? I didn't do nothing. What? I'm like, one of these days I'm going to have to talk to your mom. And he's like, well, she watches our show. And I'm like, well, the stuff I want to say, I can't say on our show. But at least it made you feel better, right, Blanca? And just remember, if you do go with them, say it silently in your head. Oh, fuck this shit. Fuck it, fuck. And then if you have to go up to the counter and pay for them, say I'm sorry to the people and say, I can't, so I guess they're not going to get to do laser tag, or if they say, oh, Blanca, we thought you were paying, you can go, oh, well, you thought wrong. I'm paying for me and my kids. Aren't you going?
Listen, she goes, yes, I did. Got loud and clear. But Blanca, we know where your heart's at. We know you're still going to do this, even though we've just explained.
Yeah, you're going to do it, and then you're going to call. You're going to call us on Monday.
Be the last time that this happens.
And you're going to call us on Monday and be like, Mr. Journey, Miss Faith, I know y'all said not to do it, but I did. And they were horrible.
You just have to hang in there, sweetheart. We'll be here for you first thing Monday morning.
We'll be here tomorrow for 2 hours for everybody. So.
Absolutely, guys. This was our last question of the night. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow night. We're going to be here for 2 hours. We're going to have a lot of fun. And you know how Faith and I are. We're going to giggle. We're going to laugh. We're going to have a good time. And we're going to get to the answers that you guys seek. From everyone here at My Psychic Connection, we want to say thank you
guys.
for tuning in.
You're not alone.
Thank you so much for tuning in. We posted the suicide hotline number in case you can't find us to talk to us. Please talk to them. You guys are not alone. We love you. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful night, everybody.
Bye.